A bard in Persepolis seeks a cursed bell's lost song, braving shadows to restore memory, but each note risks her soul to a god's forgotten wrath. Welcome to Mystic Chronicles of Old. Step into Persepolis, where a crimson bell's silent echoes hide forbidden memories. Can a bard awaken its song or fall to divine oblivion? Subscribe and let this tale of mystery and devotion unfold. In the 5th century BCE, Persepolis thrives as the Achaemenid Empire's ceremonial heart, its palaces gleaming with lapis, terraces alive with envoys and poets. The Ku'e Rahmat looms, while fire altars hum with priest chants. Deep within the Hall of Forgotten Chimes, a cursed bell hangs, crimson bronze etched with spiraling runes, its clapper still, said to hold a god's lost memories. It promises truth, but binds its singer to oblivion, erasing their soul. Shirin, a bard of 25 springs, knows its tales from her father's hymns. Her hazel eyes, keen as a lynx, trace the world's echoes, her hands scarred from lyre strings. Once a court performer, she trusts songs over offerings, her spirit tied to the wind's melody. The bell's silence haunts her dreams, whispering truths she cannot ignore. Why chase a cursed relic, Shirin? Her mentor, the poet Rostam, asks, tuning a sitar. The court forgets, wars, oaths, Shirin replies, her voice firm. The bell remembers. Rostam's eyes narrow. Memory comes at a price the gods don't forgive. Shirin grips her turquoise ring, her father's gift, and slips into Persepolis's dusk. Her linen cloak blends with shadows, her sandals silent on marble paths. The air hums, as if the mountain senses her quest to face a relic older than Darius's reign. At the hall's cedar gate, she pauses, clutching her ring. She's no priestess, but a bard driven to restore memory, seeking truth where others see divine wrath. The hall's torches flicker, casting lion shadows, yet Shireen steps forward, her ring a steady anchor. The wind carries omens of dust, but the bell's silence grows sharper, a spark of truth and peril that could reshape Persepolis's fragile harmony, drawing her toward a fate she cannot yet fathom. The crimson bell is Persepolis's guarded secret, whispered by poets in lamplit courts, its tale older than the empire's stones. Long ago, a seer named Anahita sang to the bell, seeking memories to unite her people. The gods' echoes granted truth, but their weight erased her mind, binding her soul to silence that sparked discord. Priests sealed the bell in the hall, its runes carved with warnings, "Sing and be forgotten." Those who struck it recalled pasts but lost themselves, their hearts chained to oblivion. Shirin learned this from her father, whose hymns wove awe and caution, his voice trembling as he plucked strings. "Don't touch the bell, Shirin," her friend, the scribe Parviz, warns, etching clay tablets. "I've seen the court fracture, secrets, betrayals," Shirin counters, her hands clenched. "The bell holds answers." Parviz shakes his head, his stylus pausing. "Answers that erase you." Shirin feels the bell's silence in her dreams, runes pulsing, winds fading, urging her to act. She notes High Priest Bahram's fear, his hand shaking as he speaks of the bell's guardian, a shade born of Anahita's sacrifice, bound to its crimson heart. To Shirin, it's a song to reclaim, not a curse. Why risk this? Rostam asks, catching her at the hall's gate, his voice sharp. Because silence kills us, Shirin snaps, her hazel eyes fierce. She breaches the gate, her turquoise ring brushing her finger, Persepolis' hum fading. The bell's silence sharpens, a whisper of divine truth laced with peril, stirring her bard's heart with dread and resolve. She enters the hall's outer court, where lion carvings loom, their shadows twisting like runes. Her ring pulses faintly, a warmth against the chill, her only ward against the bell's pull. She's no warrior, but a bard who trusts her song's clarity, her courage tested by a god's forgotten echoes. The air grows heavy, the ring's turquoise stirring, guiding her toward the chamber where memory and oblivion entwine. Shirin navigates the hall of forgotten chimes, its marble halls dim, lit by flickering braziers. Carvings of lions and stars glow faintly, their forms alive yet watchful, guarding the bell's secrets. She has sung here, but tonight the hall feels sentient, its stones pulsing with a rhythm older than hymns. Her turquoise ring glows softly, its warmth a faint pulse at her finger, a frail shield against shadows curling at the edges. The bell's chamber lies beyond a carved slab, its runes shimmering with eerie light. You're reckless, Shirin, Parvis whispers, trailing her, clutching a tablet. The Empire forgets, Shirin replies, tracing the slab. I need truth, not fear. Truth that silences, Parvis mutters, but stays back as the slab shifts, revealing a passage where the silence sharpens like a distant drum. What drives you? Rostam's voice echoes, his silhouette at the passage's mouth. Duty, Shirin says, her voice steady. The gods owe us memory. The passage twists, its walls narrowing, runes whispering in a tongue older than Old Persian, their voices echoing the bell's call. Her ring pulses faster, sensing the chamber's heart, a beacon in the hall's gloom. The air grows dense, the silence now a clear void, echoing the mountain's hum. Shirin pauses at the chamber's threshold, feeling a presence, formless yet heavy, like fog before dawn. Turn back, bard, a spectral voice hisses, chilling her spine. I'll sing your truth, Shirin vows, gripping her ring, her hazel eyes scanning the darkness. The bell's light spills faintly, a crimson glow warping the air, promising memory and ruin. The hall's void swells, its divine will stirring, as Shirin steps into the chamber, her ring and resolve her only guides against the bell's cursed silence. The chamber is a vault of polished basalt, its ceiling carved with moons, the crimson bell at its core, a crimson bronze vessel on a stone dais, its runes pulsing faintly like embers in twilight. The air thrums with a low, jagged silence, sharp as flint, prickling Shirin's skin like ash. Runes on the walls pulse with the bell's glow, as if the vault breathes oblivion. Her ring burns, its light echoing the runes, a frail ward against their pull. Shirin circles the dais, noting the floor's line inlays, their patterns ancient, radiating a force that quickens her pulse. You'll fade, Shirin. Rostam warns, his voice faint from the passage. I'll sing, Sharon replies, her voice firm, leaning closer. The glow weaves visions, palaces crumbling, oaths forgotten, pulling at her heart like a desert wind. A voice cold and ancient rises. Bard, you seek my memories, but they erase all who sing. Shadows spill from the runes, shapeless yet alive, swirling like mist. Sharon steps back, her ring blazing, her hazel eyes steady. She senses the guardian, Anahita's shade woven into the bell's light, its will a divine trap. Leave this place, the shade hisses, its voice a gale. I'll wake your song, Sharon vows, gripping her ring. Why risk your soul? Parviz calls, his tone desperate. For memory, Sharon answers, her resolve unyielding. The shadows writhe, the bell's silence rising to a piercing void as the vault judges her intent. Her instinct screams to flee, but the glow locks her gaze, its visions flooding her mind. A torrent of divine oblivion threatening to erase her soul, pulling her deeper into the gods' relentless silence. The bell's runes blaze and Anahita's shade emerges, a formless veil of crimson mist, its edges sharp as obsidian, pulsing with starlight. Its voice, a chorus of breaking stone, fills the vault. You chase my memories, Bard, but they bind all to silence. Sharon grips her ring, its heat scorching her finger, a flickering light against the shade's tide. The mist surges, tendrils snapping like flames, grazing her cloak, leaving singed linen. Sharon ducks behind the dais, her heart pounding, as tendrils scar the basalt, their touch cold as frost. Don't fight it, Sharon! Parviz shouts, his voice faint. I must, Sharon snaps, dodging a tendril. The shade weaves visions, stars fading, rivers of dust, threatening to tear her mind apart. Yield or vanish, the shade roars, its chorus coiling around her will. Sharon raises her ring, its light flares, scattering tendrils, their forms wavering like fog. The shade pauses, its mist pulsing slower, as if the ring stirs a lost truth. You can't undo this, the shade snarls, lunging. I'll try, Sharon whispers, chanting a wind hymn, her voice defiant. Why die for memories? Rostam calls, his tone desperate. For Persepolis, Sharon replies, her hazel eyes fierce. The vault quakes, the bell's void deafening, as the shade presses closer, its formless mass a wall of divine fury. Her ring pulses with the runes, a guide through the storm, as Sharon faces the bell's guardian, her spirit a fragile note against the gods' relentless silence. In her mind, she sees Anahita, her song for unity twisted by the bell's echoes, her soul erased. Sharon's resolve hardens. She must break the cycle, or Persepolis will fall to the same oblivion. The tendrils coil, ready to strike, and Sharon braces for a battle that tests her bard's heart. Sharon sidesteps a tendril strike, its edge slicing the air as the vault trembles, basalt dust falling like ash. The runes pulse erratically, their crimson light fracturing, mirroring the bell's silent hum. Anahita's shade looms, its misty form pulsing, testing Sharon's songs against the god's will. Her ring burns, etching faint lines on her skin, echoing the bell's runes, as if tied to its power. Visions flood her mind, court silenced, oaths of glass, each a weight threatening to crush her spirit. Her bard's instinct rebels, sensing a lie within the memories, a divine trap to erase her soul. "You're no match, Shirin," Rostam calls, his voice strained. "I'll sing my own truth," Shirin retorts, lunging for a lion inlay. She scrapes it with her ring's cracked turquoise, its ash sparking against stone. The bell's silence falters, and the shade shrieks, its mist contracting. Tendrils slow as if the line weakens the bell's hold. "You cannot unsing my echoes," the shade roars, its voice splintering. Shirin traces another lion, her ring guiding her trembling hand, its light a beacon in the chaos. The bell's glow dims, its visions shifting, skies of thorns, rivers of ash, tempting her with a final image. Persepolis thriving, memories restored. "That's a lie," Shirin murmurs, her songs her shield. "You'll doom us," Parviz cries, his voice breaking. "I'll save us," Shirin vows, her chant steady. The vault groans, the air thick with divine resistance, as the bell fights to keep her, its crimson light pulsing defiantly. In her mind, she sees her father's hymn, warnings of the bell's oblivion, his final note a plea to trust her heart. The tendrils lash out, but Shirin dances through them, determined to break the curse or perish in its light. Her heart a battlefield of memory and defiance against the gods' relentless silence. The vault quakes, cracks splitting the basalt as Shirin traces another lion, her ring's ash-streaked turquoise sparking against the stone. The bell's silence fractures, the shade's tendrils dissolving into wisps, fading like mist in dawn's light. Anahida's shade pulses violently, its crimson mist coiling tighter, its chorus a desperate plea. "My echoes hold my truth, Bard. Free them, or we both fade." Shirin's heart races, her father's ring, etched with a lion, was a ward against oblivion, its power now clear. She raises it, its light slashing the shade, forcing the mist to writhe, its form fraying. "Stop, Shirin!" Rostam shouts, his voice cracking. "You'll erase us all." "I'll mend us," Shirin vows, her hazel eyes blazing. In her mind, she sees Anahita, her song for Persepolis twisted by the bell's echoes, her soul erased by divine will. Shirin circles the dais, etching a final lion, the ring's light carving deep. The bell shudders, its crimson glow flickering, visions fading, crumbling stars, oaths of dust. The shade lunges, tendrils flaring, but Shirin weaves aside, her movements honed by years of song. "You'll doom Persepolis!" The shade screams, its voice splintering. "No, I'll free it," Shirin whispers, her inner voice resolute. "The gods silenced Anahita, but I'll sing their truth." She presses the ring against the bell's runes, its light flaring white, searing the bronze. The bell cracks, a fracture splitting its heart, and the shade wails, its mist unraveling into sparks. The vault's air trembles, runes dimming, as the bell's power weakens, its divine grip loosening under Shirin's will. Her ring pulses, its warmth fading, but the mountain's hum steadies as if Persepolis breathes with her. The shade's cry lingers, a sigh of release as Shirin stands, her bard's spirit tested but unbroken, the bell's silence a wound she must now heal. The bell's crimson glow falters, its cracked bronze dull, the vault quaking as the shade's final sparks dissolve. Shirin's ring hangs heavy, its turquoise chipped, a testament to her defiance. The air grows still, the silent hum fading, but the weight of her choice presses on her chest. She sees Anahita's hope, her love for Persepolis, her soul snared by divine echoes, and feels her own heart waver. Did I free memory or merely its chains? She wonders, her breath shallow. The bell's visions, courts of ash, skies of glass, are gone, but their echoes linger, testing her resolve. You've done it, Parviz whispers, stepping closer, eyes wide. Or damned us, Shirin murmurs, her voice trembling. The vault groans, cracks widening, urging her to flee. Shirin clutches the ring, its warmth nearly spent, and faces the bell's fractured surface. One final vision flickers, Persepolis' palaces shining, oaths restored, a lie or a promise. She rejects it, her bard's heart firm. Memory must be earned, not gifted. Don't linger, Rostam warns, his voice urgent. The gods still watch. Let them, Shirin replies, pressing her hand to the bell. Its runes flare briefly, then die, the bronze shattering into shards. The shade's voice is gone, the vault silent as the bell's curse breaks. Shirin's mind clears, but her soul carries the bell's weight. Anahita's sacrifice, Persepolis' fragile truth. The ring crumbles to ash, its power spent, but Shirin feels the wind's pulse strengthen, as if the city exhales. You paid too much, Parviz says, touching her shoulder. No price is too high, Shirin says. Her resolve steady, though her heart aches. The vault's darkness lifts, dawn's light seeping through cracks. As Shirin steps toward the passage, her spirit forged anew in the bell's fall, ready to face the memories she has unleashed. Shirin emerges from the vault, her cloak singed, her arms scarred, the ash of her ring a hidden weight in her pouch. Persepolis stirs under dawn's light, its terraces filling with envoys, unaware of the hall's ruin. She finds Rostam at the hall steps, his eyes softening at her weary face. You're alive, Rostam says, offering a clay cup of wine. Barely, Shirin replies, tossing him a lion carving from the vault. What did you see? Rostam asks, his voice low. Truth's too heavy for songs, Shirin says, sipping wine, her silence guarding secrets too vast to share. The priest will find the bell shattered, its curse lifted, and weave tales of divine mercy, never naming her. She prefers it, seeking only the wind's melody. The court will remember now, Parviz says, joining them, his tablet tucked away. And the gods? Shirin asks, her hazel eyes glinting. They're quiet for now, Parviz replies, his tone gentle. Shirin nods, the scars on her arms, her only mark of a night that reshaped her soul. At a spice stall, she hears a child recite Anahita's tale, now woven with stars and lions, the truth fading into legend. She smiles faintly, the city's air cleaner, its divine weight lifted, as if Persepolis breathes with her triumph. Shirin returns to her lyre, plucking strings with steady hands, her spirit anchored by the mountain's hum. You'll never speak of it, Rostam says, watching her play. Some memories don't need words, Shirin replies, her resolve firm. The palaces loom, their shadows calm, while seekers chase the hall's myths, blind to the bard who tamed its curse. Shirin settles into Persepolis' rhythm, her song sharper, her scars a testament to her trial. Priests seal the hall, their chants praising unseen gods, blind to her role. The Crimson Bell's legend grows, envoys weaving tales of a nameless bard who faced divine oblivion, stories blooming with lions and moons, though none name Shirin, who fades into the city's hum. She listens, her scarred hand steady, amused by myth's swift rise, its truths buried in her silence. The gods spared us, an envoy claims, unaware Shirin shakes her head. Or we spared them, she murmurs, her hazel eyes distant. Some say Anahita's soul found peace, freed from the bell's runes. Others whisper of bronze shards holding dormant echoes, waiting for new voices. The wind blows clearer, its breezes gentler, as if Persepolis honors her deed. Shirin dreams no more of the bell's visions, only of open skies, restored oaths, her heart steady. You're different, Parviz says, etching a tablet. Memory changes you, Shirin replies, her smile faint, guarding a secret too vast for words. The scars fade, but their weight lingers, a reminder of the oblivion she crossed. The mountain's pulse guides her, its omens softer while seekers chase the hall's tales, blind to the bard who quelled its curse. What now? Rostam asks, his tone curious. I sing, Shirin says, her lyre humming. Her spirit, forged in silence, weaves hope as the terraces watch. Persepolis fires a quiet hymn to her triumph as she plays in silence, her eyes tracing the skies for the god's next truth. Persepolis thrives, its terraces bustling, the court renewed as oaths are restored. Shirin's songs adorn feasts, her scars a hidden mark of her victory. The hall stands sealed, its myths grow in, tales of a bard who defied the gods, woven with lions and shattered bells. Shirin remains unnamed, her truth buried in the wind's hum. She walks the market, her cloak plain, hearing whispers of Anahita's peace, the bell's end. You changed Persepolis, Parviz says, offering a woven cord. We all did, Shirin replies, tying it to her wrist. Did the gods forgive you? Rostam asks, his eyes searching. They don't need to, Shirin says, her hazel eyes calm. I remembered myself. The wind's rhythm feels stronger, its air cleaner, as if Persepolis breathes with her sacrifice. Shirin dreams no more of the bell's silence, only of clear skies, flowing rivers, her heart steady. The scars remain, a quiet reminder of the truth she won. You'll carry this forever, Parviz says, his voice soft. And sing it better, Shirin replies, smiling, her lyre ready. Envoys speak of the bell's shards, some claiming they hold no power, others fearing their silent gaze. Shirin ignores them, her spirit deeper, forged in the fire of divine oblivion. She plays under torchlight, her hands steady as the palaces watch. Persepolis' harmony is her reward, its altars a hymn to her triumph. What's next? Rostam asks, watching her sing. More songs, Shirin says, her gaze on the stars, ready for the gods' next challenge, her heart a melody of hope and defiance. Thank you for joining Mystic Chronicles of Old. Subscribe, hit the bell, and comment. What relic awaits discovery next? Embrace the unknown, or heed the gods' silent truths, for their mysteries linger in Persepolis' winds, whispering of tales yet to unfold.